Welcome, shredders. It is I, Count Dustula, here to talk to you about the scariest guitar pedal alive, the Boss Metal Zone. The Boss Metal Zone. What can I say about the Boss Metal Zone? It has a really bad reputation online. It has been slanted, it has been said every cuss word imaginable. Sailors would be shocked and appalled by the things people have said about the Metal Zone, but I really don't think it lives up to that reputation. I think that reputation really just evolved over the years from a lot of teenage kids buying this as one of their first distortion pedals and just cranking the crap out of the distortion. I think overall it's a pretty good sounding pedal. I wouldn't say it's anything ridiculously amazing or anything, but I think it doesn't live up to its bad reputation. I think it's overall a solid pedal, and I think it's pretty good for what it does. For me personally, I think this has always been that Dimebag Darrell box for me. I remember buying this as a teenager and just being really enamored with the amount of distortion that came through it, and it was great. You know, when you're a teenager, you think more distortion the better. And on top of that, the EQ was so good that you could easily dime in a bit of that nasally Dimebag Darrell sound to it. I know a lot of people do not like Dimebag Darrell's sound or tone. I personally love it because it's an extension of his personality. If you're going for something that's more raw and just in your face, stripped down type of heavy metal sound, I think this pedal will work really well for you. If you're going for a more high production type of guitar tone, I would probably avoid this thing. You probably want to go with a nice tube amp like this Mesa Boogie F100 or a rectifier or a 5150, anything with tubes in it to make it more creamy. This guitar pedal here can have a very nasally, solid state sound to it, and I don't really think that's a tone for everybody, and probably that's why so many people dislike this pedal. But I think it's great for what it is. I do not expect tube-like tone out of this guitar pedal, but overall I think this is just a fun guitar pedal, and if you really want that raw sound, go for it. This guitar pedal comes pretty cheap. I bought this guitar pedal for around 50 bucks used, and kind of brings me back nostalgically to my teenage years when I was cranking the crap out of this. I remember using this on my Carvin Legacy because I couldn't get enough gain out of it, so I threw a Metal Zone in front of it and it made the amp workable for me. As you grow as a guitarist and the years go by, you start to learn things a bit more about your tone and a bit more about what you like and dislike, and this guitar pedal for me was a good stepping stone. And yeah, it is really balls to the wall, but it was a good introduction into high gain amplifiers and high gain things in general, and I really found myself moving towards more of this Mesa Boogie sound over the years. It basically went from this to Marshalls to Mesa Boogie, and I'm pretty happy with the sound I have from this and my production, and the Metal Zone was a good stepping stone. And I think if you're interested in the Metal Zone whatsoever, buy one. I think that's who it's in the market for. If you're a teenager that just loves the crap out of distortion, wants as much gain as possible, definitely buy this pedal. It's cool. Aside from a level and a distortion knob, the distortion gets crazy wild. It has a good EQ on it. It has a stack 2 knob configuration that's really nice. You have your high and your low, and you have mid, middle, and mid frequency. From what I notice is that when you move the middle one, you're really getting a bit more of the higher mids, and the mid frequency is more of the lower mids. And so it really gives you all of the shape you could possibly need in a distortion pedal. Looking for real nasally distortion, go all the way to the right. If you're looking for really boomy stuff, go all the way to the left. I like to generally keep it somewhere in the middle, usually the low mids higher and the lows higher as well, because it really balances things out when you put the mids up slightly higher to that nasally sizzle type sound to it. But overall, I think this is a good EQ for this massive amount of distortion. The only thing that would make this pedal better, in my opinion, feature-wise, would be a noise gate, because this thing is noisy as all heck. If this is your first pedal, definitely make sure to get a noise gate as your second pedal. Okay, this is the clean channel with nothing on it. And this is the clean channel with the metal zone on. let's hear this thing with the overdrive on.